Find the Lady sounded interesting, and I like John Candy and I like Mickey Rooney, so I was keen to see what this was like. And unfortunately, I think it's pretty poor. It's a mess. It's not very funny. The performances are fine, but it doesn't work well. This was released in 1976. It's directed by John Trent. It's written by Trent and David Main, and we have a cast, of course, including John Candy and Mickey Rooney. And we also have Dane and Ed McNamara, and some really solid performances. I have absolutely no issues with any of the performances. The narrative is where it lets itself down. I will say, though, this is apparently a spin-off from the previous film. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but from what I can see, it doesn't matter, right? If you haven't seen them, it doesn't seem to really affect anything. So if somebody were to say, well, if I'd seen the previous film, I might enjoy it more, I don't think that's the case based on what I've read. That's just worth bearing in mind, though. And this is about two cops, and they are tasked with solving these kidnappings. And, well, to be honest, that's basically it. And it's supposed to be about a bunch of comedic encounters along the way, and I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't find it funny. I didn't think it was entertaining. I thought the narrative was very sloppy, very messy, a lot of repetition as well. Not so much in the action, although there was a lot of similarities scene by scene, but more so in the style of comedy, the things, the type of humour they were going for. It just felt the same throughout. So if you don't find one bit of it funny, you're not going to find the next bit. And I don't just mean with the same style of humour, but that obviously makes sense, but just jokes that seem very, very similar, and it didn't work for me at all. Visually, it's quite boring as well, which is not the biggest issue. If the narrative was fine, I wouldn't mind it being quite boring to look at, but there just wasn't anything about this that worked really well. Obviously, there are certain actors whose performances I guess I kind of liked watching, but not enough to save the film. So, unfortunately, while I was really looking forward to Find the Lady, and I did think it sounded quite promising, the execution is very slow, very sloppy, and very messy. The performances are fine, the technical aspects are fine, but not that interesting. The camera work's fine. I didn't think the music really stood out. Visually, it's not that great to look at, but again, it's not badly done. So, technical aspects are fine, performances are fine. The narrative of Find the Lady is not great, and unless you're really interested in seeing some of the cast, I'd say it's probably not worth watching.